Oh, she's sending the check now. I love that. That's music to my ears. Ken, I'm sending the check
I
now.
want a check.
I love that.
I want a check. I want a check.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody, for showing up to another waste of 30 minutes, or, as we like to call it, the Manitowoc Buzz Show. And I am Ken Ivey, one of the co-hosts, and with us today is...
I'm Lisa Carlson.
Yes. Oh, man, I should have sung my name.
Well, you could do it next time. And I am the other co-host here on the Manitowoc Buzz, along with...
I'm Matt Hoder!
That's so awesome!
We should just sing the whole show.
Why not?
It's going to be one of those shows, people.
Woo!
You never know what's going to come out of this mouse.
You never know.
Trust me, the filters just aren't big enough.
It's a pie hole, too.
Ah, yes. Okay. Well, glad to see you here, Matt. Glad you popped in. And it was kind of last minute. He was really, folks, expecting us at 9:30 this morning to have everything together and ready for him, because we talked about this, and I think it's recorded last week. You guys probably are just, we're anxiously waiting at like 9:35 for the show to come on. And guess what? In my feverish haze, I just didn't know. I didn't know what time it was. I knew there was a possibility it was today. Didn't know exactly what time. So I texted Lisa real quick, and of course, she was still recovering from like the weekend's events or something, some kind of an alcoholic stupor or something. I'm not sure exactly what it was. I'll let her speak to this. Funny?
Dog.
But for whatever reason, Matt was ready and we weren't. So we said, hey, let's postpone it a couple hours. Let us collect our thoughts and see if we can't put together something.
I was able to clear my schedule so I could meet with you right now.
Yeah. See, Matt is very flexible that way. In promoting Two Rivers and the Main Street program down there, he will move stuff around. He'll move the world for you. So if you've got something going on in Two Rivers, he's the man. He's the man.
He's the man.
I see let me go ahead and just highlight you there, Matt. He's the idea man.
Right here. And if you turn to page 20, there's an article here on a friend of ours. Lisa, do you want to talk about this at all?
It's a huge stinking article. Let's just make that clear.
It is awesome. Yeah.
It's not a little article. It's a big article.
It's a big article.
I thought she was going to say something about it.
So did I.
I'm just in awe of somebody I know being in a magazine.
I kind of thought I'd put that on a tee for you, and you were going to knock it out of the park, but.
Well, I did. But I did talk about it last week real quickly. But yes, it goes back to whatever it is that you're passionate about, that you love to do, that it just oozes out of your mouth. Like this event, this community, Women, Wine, and Whiskey, just oozes out of my soul. The fact that we can connect people by stories. I know. Can you see yourself laughing?
I've just got this picture of stuff oozing, like your soul oozing out. Oh man.
It was either that or just vomiting. Like, how you get so excited about something and you word vomit all over somebody? Yeah. You're so excited.
There may be vomit. There is wine and whiskey after all. But there will be no fluff. No fluff will be vomited here.
Speaking of vomiting, we had this past weekend, it was Labor Day weekend, we had a great family outing up at the family cottage, and had a bonfire set. We're all ready to roast marshmallows and have a great time. My 3-year-old threw up everywhere, all over my wife, all over the grass, all over the fire. Oh, it was horrible. It's horrible. Anyway, that's my vomit story for the day.
Bonus vomit story.
You weren't feeding them wine and whiskey, were you?
I was not feeding them wine and whiskey.
That's good.
I had a couple of beers, but not too many.
Yeah, yeah. So, yes, thank you for the article mention. I just encourage people that if there's something that you love doing that, like I said, oozes out of you, do it. Even just a little bit. I'm not saying quit your job to start a fishing charter or whatever. I'm saying get a fishing pole. Put the fishing pole in the water more than once a week. Then build on it 3 times a week. Be around fishing pole people. You know, whatever it is that you love, you got to take it. And then what happens is when you write these press releases, shut up, dog. You write these press releases. I'm talking here, dog. Listen up. It resonates with people, and they take an interest in it because you love it. It's your story.
I like it, and that's an important part too. I don't want this to go into like a big motivational speaking thing, but here's the deal. Most people have good ideas. Most people have good intentions. The biggest hurdle is just going ahead and taking that first little step, whatever it might be. You know, had I not done something similar to that several years ago, I might still be pouring concrete or something, you know. But I saw an opportunity. I said, hey, you know, let's see what happens. You take one step and then see where it goes. So yeah, I like that analogy.
Now, can men also attend this event, this Women, Wine, and Whiskey event?
Yeah, they can, absolutely. I'm not going to turn away anyone who wants to be there. The philosophy, though, is driven for women. And when I say philosophy, we, as women, love to be inspired by stories. And we like facts and data. There are several of us that are very driven like that. But the woo-woo and the foo-foo around it, because there is some, is designed for women. I don't know. I would love to see you come, and then you tell me, did it meet your needs? Did you walk out of there feeling like you can conquer the world?
And we're going to talk about what you're doing Thursday in a little bit. Don't let us forget.
Okay.
I'm going to do that. But for now, let's talk about some cool stuff that is going on in Manitowoc County. And maybe Matt would help us recap what happened over the weekend in Two Rivers.
Well, this weekend, this past weekend, Labor Day weekend, in Two Rivers was the 10th annual Kites Over Lake Michigan. It was fantastic. I don't know if anybody saw. Ken, I'm sure you didn't go because it's outside.
You know what? I did.
Did you really?
My wife made me go. She listens to all of these shows. She's
God.
the other person that listens to all of these shows.
Yeah.
Okay. And so she said, "Hey, you know, you talked about Kite Fest. We've got to go." And I'm like, but I'm sick, and 150-degree fever and all this. And she's like, whatever, get in the car. And so I didn't have to drive, but I was able to go and see the kites, and it was quite nice. Now I went Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
And it was nice. I could see all of the kites. It was great weather. Everybody was having fun. There were oodles and oodles of people there. And I'm thinking, man, I wonder how many people were there Saturday because it was just jam-packed and awesome.
Yeah, and they kicked off the Rotary Pavilion at Neshota Beach, the brand new entertainment pavilion that they just built, and great. There were probably about 4,000 people there Saturday night for the inaugural musical act. There it was Boogie and the Yo-Yos, I believe, and yeah, jam-packed, and I don't know if you've seen the pictures on Facebook, but it was well-attended and a wonderful show.
Yeah, it was really cool. And I like some of the kites that were there. I'm trying to think of the one. There was like a tiger. There were all kinds of like spinny, circly ones that looked like cylinders that were like had long tails and stuff. That was kind of cool. But yeah, they had. Let me see. I'm trying to remember. I was kind of in a sick stupor, but there were 2 horses or ponies or something. They looked real. It was awesome. The little legs and everything moved.
Is that the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse or what?
Oh, maybe it was. Yeah.
I don't know what the 4 horsemen of apocalypse is.
It's in Revelations. I'll show you later.
Oh. I'm going to get schooled.
Yeah.
I'm going to get learnt.
But no, it was a great event. Chow always does a wonderful job at Kites Over Michigan. So, yeah, kudos to him, and yeah, many more years of success.
Yeah, and you know, one of the things I did notice from a business perspective, there were a ton of flags all along the road, you know, kind of separating the road from the event. And these little bitty flags all had a sponsor's name. I was shocked. I mean, there were a ton of these flags, so this thing must have had a ton of sponsors. Everybody loves the Kite Fest, is what I gathered.
That's right. That's right. So that's my recap.
Nice recap.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done.
All right, focusing on this weekend. Which one should I do? Because I know the one I do, you'll do the other one.
Yeah, you just do whichever one you want, and I will do the other one.
All right, I'm going to do Lobster Fest. The Rotary puts on a huge Lobster Fest. Nice claws there. I went last year. I will be unable to attend this year. However, there is some scrumptious shrimp and lobster and food, and you can buy beer and wine and diggity. It's a nice big event at Washington Park. Generally, you buy your tickets ahead of time. You'll have to just Google search for that, Rotary Lobster Fest Manitowoc, get a ticket. Otherwise, there are tips and tricks to that, but I won't tell you to go later because then there will be extra food there, and maybe you might get something. But check that out because it is a lovely evening if you're looking for something different and unique to enjoy lobster.
Absolutely. And I'll say I actually did attend last year. It was like the one event in Manitowoc County that I actually showed up for. Okay? So I had tickets and everything. So I had the big lobster dinner, which was kind of cool. I got to see the whole setup, and which is kind of an amazing thing. So if you've got nothing else to do Saturday morning, go to Jen's Java, okay? Not that I'm picking out any coffee shop in particular, but if you sit there and look out the window, you'll see all these people running around like ants, setting everything up. It's really cool. But anyway, they cook the lobsters, they bring them in, and these lobsters are not like day-old lobsters. These are not like, you know, freeze-dried lobsters. They come in straight from Maine, you know. It's like a big plane brings them here just for Rotary Lobster Fest. And nobody knows this, but there was kind of a, no, there's two Lisas. I'm freaking out, man. Anyway, the lobsters almost didn't make it last year, and we were going to have to do peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. But
peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time.
But anyway, the lobsters did come through at the last minute, so they were like ultra fresh. They were like the freshest from any lobster fest ever. And so this year, we're hoping the same thing happens, but without as much tension. And so we got the big lobster, we got the big shrimp dinners, and these shrimp dinners and lobster dinners, you know, it's a little bit of cash, you know, but it's not so bad. And yes, those are the things you have to have tickets for, but you don't have to have tickets to show up. You can go there, and if you don't want to have the lobster or the shrimp or something like that, you can have the hot dogs, hamburgers, brats, all this other stuff that they've got just beyond the lobster tent. Okay? So don't feel compelled to do all that. Plus, the whole thing is free. All the little tables, the display tables, all the events, the music, all this stuff, it doesn't cost you a dime. You just show up at Washington Park on Saturday, and bam, all of this stuff is there. Now, Lisa, I've talked a little bit more about Lobster Fest. Do you want to say, you know, when it starts, when it quits, all that good stuff, or no?
It starts in the afternoon-ish, like when you would eat dinner at 4.
Yeah, at 4, right, yeah.
And it probably goes a little while into the evening when it gets dark, maybe around 9.
Something like
9.
That. Something like that.
Yeah,
that's like the food and stuff. But, you know, they have the music. It goes a little bit longer and stuff like that. You know, and then, you know, if you really want to help break it down, at 10:30 you can show up and help put stuff away. And maybe, if that happens, if there's any beer left, they might give you a beer. Now, I don't know this to be true, but it's possible, right?
I believe it to be true.
I think there's did you mention a silent auction? I think there's also a silent auction.
There is a silent auction. Jill Hennessy, which is a famous celebrity from Manitowoc County, is going to be there, and she's running the whole show. So they've got a bunch of donated items from different places, and it's been in the past things like baskets of stuff from different businesses, and sometimes it's been stuff like almost like a timeshare, I think, at some cabins and stuff like that. So there's all kinds of cool stuff that you can check out there. Plus, it's just fun if you don't do anything else, just to plop down in the middle of the grass and watch everybody, because you'll see all the Lobster Fest people, all the people smacking their lips from all the butter and the lobster and stuff, and spitting out shrimp shells and stuff like that. And then when you get tired of looking at that stuff, then you see all the aliens coming in from the other event we're going to talk about in a minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's your cue, because I took Lobster Fest.
Yeah. Well, then let me pull this up, because I don't want to.
Okay, so what Kenny's talking about is Sputnik Fest. Space junk celebrated is really what it all boils down to. And this is during the day, so it might extend a little bit into the evening, but there's a chance to do both things, is what Ken is going to tell you. But go ahead, Ken. I bought you some time there for that event intro.
Matt, take a cue from this, okay?
Yes.
This is how Lisa saves me. All right? So the next time I'm like floating or drowning, or words are coming out of my mouth and they don't mean anything, that's your cue. That's your cue. Let me do a segue.
That opportunity when you're floating or drowning. I take that opportunity to hand you a bucket of water.
There you go. Thank you so much.
I don't try and help you like Lisa. I try and just make it work.
That's the difference. That's exactly the difference between men and women.
That's right.
Men will not help you.
Okay, so I'm going to talk about Sputnik Fest. Little Sputnik. Okay, it's same day, September 12th, Saturday. This thing says the fun begins at noon. So you could actually start off here at Sputnik Fest and then just wear it out for 4 hours, then come over and do the lobster thing and do that.
I said that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I'm just reiterating. It's a very important point, I think. Okay, here's the schedule of events. I didn't even know they had all this stuff. So I'm going to do that. And they got lots of stuff. They got a kids area with, they say, from their website, a inflatable slide and bounce house. Pseudo-sumo wrestling. Pseudo-sumo wrestling. Sidewalk art and free games. So this is the kids stuff, and that goes from 12 noon to 6 p.m. Now, hopefully you guys can explain this to me. There's another part of it. It's called the 501st Legion, from 1 to 3. And it says this year the 501st will be joined by a sister group, the Mandalorian Mercs, who will be bringing their Star Wars themed card. Does anybody know what the 501st Legion is? Yeah.
It is a Star Wars reference. It is Vader's Fist, the Trooping Forward Wisconsin Garrison. They are the Star Wars enthusiasts located throughout the state of Wisconsin.
Okay, main stage, 12 o'clock, Clipper City Cats. At 2:30, they got Alien Pet Contest. At 3 o'clock, a costume contest. At 4 o'clock, a Maskers reenactment. I don't know if this is a reenactment of the Sputnik Fest thing, the Sputnik coming from the sky, because that would be kind of cool. Now here's the thing that I'm kind of excited about. Because if memory serves me, I know the winner of last year, but I couldn't confirm it. I went to the website and I couldn't see it anywhere. So there's maybe no real proof of this, but there is the Miss Sputnik Fest thing. What is it? Miss Space Debris. Okay, so this is where apparently women dress up as aliens or some sort of space life thing. And there's a contest to see how spaced out you are. And I'm pretty sure I know the person that won. Does anybody know for sure who won last year?
I think it was Juliet.
That's what I was thinking.
Juliet Koszarzyski.
I'm glad you said that.
I know.
It's really hard for me to say, being from the South and stuff.
We could interview her one day. I'm sure
I was trying to do that, but I couldn't see that she actually did it anywhere. I couldn't find any confirmation. So anyway, maybe next week we'll bring you Miss Space Debris from last year, and then we'll do the Miss Space Debris from this year, and we'll just
let them duke it out. No, I'm just kidding.
We'll put them in a big tub of space debris and see who comes out the winner.
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
All right, so they got magicians there, workshops, Galaxy Cheer, Manti Dance Group's going to be at their kids stage at 5:30. And here's the big thing. I don't know exactly what this means, but there's an alien drop raffle for $1,000. It's a guaranteed prize of $1,000, and I guess the tickets are $5. You don't have to be present to win, so that's my kind of event. You buy the ticket, you don't even have to be there. You could win $1,000, but you got to spend it all in Manitowoc County, right?
Yes, and hopefully in Two Rivers.
Okay, that's not really a rule or anything. I'm just making that. Microwave running. So much noise. Well, that must be what Lisa's trying to say. Huh?
Yes. That's why she's on mute right now.
I can see she's on mute. I just figured, Yeah, she says yes. Okay. Well, I wish everybody could see these little notes. That would be fun, right? All right, so Sputnik Fest. Show up. RAR West, right? 12 o'clock, right? Have a good time. Stay there all day if you want. But if you get hungry around 4 or sometime between 4 and, let's say, 8:30 or 9, then go to Lobster Fest. Grab something to eat. You can still wear your space stuff. Nobody's going to look at you weird. Well, maybe I will. But it'll still be fun because you'll have lobsters, a lobster lady or a lobster guy. I'm not sure what it is.
Enough already. We get it. Lobster Fest, Sputnik Fest. Just go.
All right. And if you're looking for something to do in the morning,
oh my God,
an early riser, and you want something to do from 8 until 5, Rural Life Days is at the Pinecrest. What is it called? Pinecrest Historical Village? Is that the name?
Yeah. And yes. What was the event name?
Rural Life Days. Rural Life Days. I'm more urban than rural, anyway. So.
Rural Light Phase?
Life.
Life
it's
phase.
Celebrating life in our community's early years with field demonstrations, steam engines, farm tractors, and various activities in 25 different buildings.
Because if it was light phase, we could get that saber out, that light saber, and be the 501st.
Oh, gosh.
It's light.
Yeah. Hey, remember that kid that was like internet famous for like a week? The lightsaber kid. Remember that? It was a couple of years ago. No, see, he was only famous for a week. Never mind.
Oh, was that the VW commercial or something?
The what?
The VW commercial?
I don't know.
No?
Steve, you don't even know. He was only famous for a week.
Yeah.
I think I was asleep that week.
All right, let me tell you what I'm doing Thursday, because then I got to go pack.
Okay.
I will be in Boston speaking at the Inbound Conference, and the Inbound Conference is for inbound marketing. If you're a marketing or blogger or journalist or content, and you're looking for ways to get your people to follow you with your story or whatnot, I will be speaking there. I am not an internet connector / blogger / journalist, but I do speak on story and what our story does when we have a story that connects us, which is hence the connection point. Thursday in Boston, does that mean break, or is that a connection?
It's a connection.
It's a connection. And I'm speaking there at 5 o'clock, so if you are in Boston and you happen to be watching this, or if you want to fly to Boston because you have like miles that you can just jump on a plane tomorrow, come see me, and maybe I'll take a photo and show you.
Awesome. And there are some, you're rubbing elbows with some pretty famous people at that event, aren't you?
Seth Godin will be there. He's opening today. I won't be there. Chelsea Clinton will be speaking. Amy Schumer's there. And then obviously a whole bunch of people in the blogging / content marketing gurus.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, very good. Good luck.
Thank you.
Oh, did you know there's something else going on?
Do I know of something else going on here?
No, I know that you got to go and pack and stuff like that. But I was just asking, generally speaking, did you know that something else was going on this weekend in Manitowoc County?
In a couple of weeks. Are you serving me women, wine, and whiskey?
Oh, yeah, that's what I was doing.
Are you serving me women, wine, and whiskey? Wow, this became the Lisa hour. So yeah, women, wine, and whiskey, September 22nd. I talked about that connection. I talked about that article and all those good things. Yes, that connection. Tickets are still available. Register now. There'll be some great goodie bag items. You'll get all your money's worth in just the goodie bag-ish. And then you get to meet some dynamic women coming from Chicago, Green Bay, De Pere, Milwaukee, and then our area too. So check it out, lisacoulson.com events page.
Awesome. Yeah,
Thank you.
I really wasn't serving her, but she just liked to talk about her stuff. That's okay.
I do. A lot.
Good, because we like to hear it.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Okay. Bye,
but
Lisa.
I love you both.
Hey, good luck in Boston. Safe travels.
Thank you. Thank you. It'll be online too, so.
Yeah, you can listen to the rest of the show like on the way there or something. All right. So, Matt.
Yes.
There's still some more stuff going on. I got to talk about this thing real quick from the Manitowoc County Special Olympics. So what they're doing is this Saturday, at the same time as all this other stuff going on Saturday, they're having a flag football tournament at Citizens Park, which I think is in Manitowoc.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So starting time for that is 11 o'clock, with the last games being played at 2 p.m. And besides the two Manitowoc County teams, they're going to have teams from Oshkosh, Milwaukee, Fort Atkinson, La Crosse, Sheboygan, Appleton, and Wausau. The public's invited free of charge to watch these special athletes in action, and snacks will be sold at the park's concession stand. Now, if you need more info, you can call Gene Meidel at 920-374-1439. That's 374-1439. And that should be a good time. Also, since it starts at 11 o'clock, you could hit that, then go to Sputnik Fest, then go to Lobster Fest. I think we've got Saturday covered.
If you're sitting at home on Saturday, you're just boring. There's lots of stuff to do. So get out and enjoy Manitowoc County.
Yeah, and most of it is free or really, really cheap.
Right. I have nothing else for this week, but the following week, 11 days from today, because this is the 8th, is Ethnic Fest in Two Rivers. Yeah. When the world comes to Two Rivers, Ethnic Fest, celebrate cultural diversity. We're going to have 8 to 10 musical acts. We'll have a magician. We'll have games for kids. We'll have 60-something craft vendors and 25 food vendors. Come check it out, Ethnic Fest. It's our 24th year doing Ethnic Fest.
And that's what I heard. I heard it was all about the food.
It is. It is. You can eat there. Holy cow. Yeah.
Awesome.
But I'll talk more about that next week. Just a little teaser this week about it.
Okay. Oh, and speaking about food, since you brought it up, Clipper City Co-op, they're looking for some more new members. They got a membership goal. They want to get 50 members pretty quick so that they can do a feasibility study and figure out how big the Clipper City Co-op store is going to be. So if you're thinking about healthy food and an alternative place to get that from locally sourced farmers and other vendors in the area, then go to Clipper City Co-op. It's clippercitycoop.com and check that out. They're also having a meeting coming up at the end of the month. I believe it is September 28th, yes, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at the Cooperstown Room at the Holy Family, which is 1650 South 41st Street at Harbortown, for people who don't know the city like I do. And what I mean by that is I don't know the city. All right, weird looks of the day. Let's see. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Go ahead. Let me do some ciphering here.
Here's my look of the day. You ready to capture it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. See you later.
Thanks for showing up. Bye-bye.
Bye.